Hello and welcome to Spirit Forest. I am on a camping adventure with my friend Stacy, and I actually recorded a video earlier about it. I just posted it earlier, and it's us hiking in and camping here in Texas. So yeehaw! Yeah, if you haven't seen that video, go check it out. You can click here, or I'll put a link in the description below, and you can check out that video. And I wanted to do a kind of a short video just kind of talking about fire, because if you've watched my videos and you know my channel very well, over the last about 2 years, and I'm sorry my camera's not focusing, it's really dark out. For the last 2 years or so, I have been in a fire ban in Colorado, and it's actually been pretty tough on me, because I like to consider myself someone who's practicing bushcraft, and it's really hard to practice bushcraft if you can't have a fire. Also, there's just certain things about a fire that is just very warming and inviting that I also miss. And now that I have a fire, you know, behind me, and I'll be sitting around this fire the majority of the night, I just wanted to share it with you, some of my thoughts regarding that. As some of you might know too, that I teach survival classes or wilderness classes to women, and sometimes I really feel bad as they come out to Colorado, and sometimes I just can't teach them fire because of all the fire bans that we have in Colorado. And Colorado is a very, very dry state, and it's very risky to have a fire. They even have laws where you can't, in some areas where you can't even smoke outside, because of how dry it is there. So I'm very cautious, and I follow all the rules, you know, or at least I try to follow all the rules. And I do have a video regarding the fire bans and the different types of fire bans in Colorado. And if you haven't seen that video, I invite you to click here to see that, or again, I'll link it below so you can get some information on what a fire ban is, and what are the things that I can do. I get asked a lot on my channel, well, can't I have like a little box, a fire box, and put some twigs in it? No, I can't. Actually, I can't even have any open fire. Everything that I can do currently in Colorado is it has to have an on and off switch. And the fire behind me here does not have an on and off switch. You would be surprised at how many people don't know how to make a fire. And I'm mostly talking about a lot of city people. I'm not saying everybody, but there's a lot of city people that don't know how to make a fire, and a lot of our younger generation doesn't know how to make a fire. And to me, this is truly like the first survival skill to have, is how to make a fire. And I've said it before in my channel, and I'll say it again, is that if you have grandkids or kids, or nieces or nephews, to teach them how to make a fire, because it's truly important. It is a life skill. There's times where I joke that when my kids go off to college and they all decide to go, you know, camping as just a fun event for some college kids, that my girls are going to be the ones starting the fire because no one else knows how. I think that in today's world we have it really easy, and we really don't need to survive, and so we don't teach these kind of skills to our kids, and I think it's very important that we do. And if I can pass that message on to you, and you can pass that message on to others, or teach others how to make a fire, again, that's something that I would like to communicate. I do have a lot of videos on my YouTube channel showing how to make a fire as well. If that's something that you might not know how to make a fire, you need to teach yourself, I have plenty of videos. I have videos where my kids are teaching other kids how to make a fire as well. And I think that sometimes when the kids learn from other kids, they're a little bit more excited about it. So check out those videos. I want to talk about, you know, the future of having a fire at Spirit Forest. And you know, I do get asked a lot, especially if I'm winter camping. I'll get asked by people, why don't you have a fire? I do have two stoves that I could use, and I can use those during a fire ban, and I do. When I feel that it is really dry and we don't have a lot of rain or moisture, then I don't use those, and it's not that I'm not allowed to, it's just that I don't feel comfortable using those. I do have some trees around my big tent. I have trees around my Viking tent, and I feel that it is much better that I just wait. And I have really good gear, so I do have other ways to keep me warm than just a fire. And as much as a fire is very warming, it's just very therapeutic, I think, because like just sitting here and you can just sit there and you can just watch the fire. It's just beautiful, you know. It's like it's dancing. But the future of a fire, having fires at Spirit Forest, for those of you that don't know, I will be building a cabin on Spirit Forest, which is the land that I own in Colorado. And the laws require me to have 25 feet around my fire pit. I need to have 25 feet without any brush or trees or anything, really. It's basically I have to have rocks of 25 feet, which is a lot. I mean, you're looking at 50 feet wide. As I build this cabin, I will be putting a spot and cutting and clearing out an area just to have fires. And I do look forward to that because it's been a long time since I've been able to have a fire. And anytime I have a fire at Spirit Forest, I need to call the fire department ahead of time and let them know that I'm having one. I also need to pay for a permit in order to have a fire, saying that I am liable in case I start a forest fire. So it's serious stuff every time I make a fire. It's a really big risk for me anytime that I do, but I do understand these laws, and I'm hoping that sometime later, possibly this spring, I will take you in the mountains to a fire that I know of. I think it was called the Hayman Fire, and it was really severe, and I'll tell you that story when I do that hike, and we will hike through a forest fire, and we'll talk about it. Again, I'm hoping to do that hike sometime in late spring, and so I can show you that the damage that it made. Well, if you think about it too, like,
I mean, it does renew.
It renews, yeah, and
But
like we don't have
for
as many forest fires as we used to. Like, I think our environments need forest fires, and we're preventing them, so we're stopping them from happening. So when they do happen, they're even bigger.
Yeah. Well, and then the people are populating more of the world, so the areas that people didn't used to live, so it wouldn't affect anybody. People are building homes and they're moving. Ooh. Ooh.
I saw that one coming.
So
That's a good one.
It's still flaming.
Yeah. Well, I want to thank you for joining me tonight and watching the fire with me, as it is a very warm thing to watch, as it's 40 degrees or so right now, and it's just very therapeutic, and I really enjoy the fire, and I do hope to have fires at Spirit Forest. And you know, I've learned that safety is my number one. I don't want to burn down a brand new cabin that I'm purchasing as well. Woo! That was a big one. It's like snapping. It's snapping.
Yeah, now. Yeah, fire. Yeah. Don't burn my britches.
So again, thank you. And if you don't know how to make a fire, holy moly, did you see that?
Yeah, it came right at my face.
That was like a bomb. It was a rocket. There's one right there, one right next to you. So thank you for joining me tonight. If you learned anything, you learned that fire can be really dangerous, and it can also be very therapeutic, and that if you could teach our young or our adults how to make a fire, because I do feel that it is a key in survival. So let's teach our young how to make a fire. And like I said before, if you don't know how, please click on the links below, and I have my daughters teaching you how to make a fire. I don't know if I like it, because I was just laughing so hard, and I don't know if I like it because I was laughing so hard. Now I'm all serious. I'd rather be laughing in my video.
fire can be serious, so you don't be making a joke. People always say, you're joking about fire.
Um,
My house burned down. I lost everything, you know, so.
Yeah, I don't mean a joke. Not about fire. But it is really, like, look at it. It looks like it's dancing.
I know,
It's like it's like ladies dancing. It's amazing to me, fire. It's like, I don't even know where this energy comes from.
The oxygen in the heat.
Yeah.
It's the oxygen.
Yeah. Get some more wood on there. Fuel. We need more fuel. It's time to make s'mores. Wow, that's my face is like really bright. You just put on that wood, Stacey. That's really warm. I'm a little close to that fire. My camera doesn't know how to focus.
Beautiful in the glow.
Yeah, we're gonna make some s'mores on our fire. What?
And hot cocoa.
Oh, and hot cocoa
With
Bailey's.
we're a bunch of lushers. We gotta stay warm somehow.
Want to thank you for joining me today. And if you don't know how to make a fire, I just want to inspire you to learn. If you have nieces and nephews, daughters and sons or grandkids, you know, teach them how to make a fire, as I feel fire is a survival skill to have. And I feel that our youth is... I'm going to get hit by one of these sparks. I know it's coming. I feel that our youth is just not as educated on how to make a fire and the safety of fire. So if you could teach them, that would be really good. If you don't know how to teach them, I have plenty of videos for you to watch or for you to show them how. And I have my daughters teaching kids how to make a fire too. So be sure to check those videos out. Thank you again for joining me today. I am going to make some s'mores and I'm going to sit by the nice warm fire. And I will see you on my next video. Thank you. Bye-bye. Time to make some, what are we doing? We're doing s'mores and hot cocoa. Yes. Fire is nice and warm. Nice and warm. Where's our marshmallows? It's like the right amount of chocolate with just a hint of peanut butter.
Ah, the thin ones then. So remember that.
Yeah, I've got to have the thin ones.
Mm-hmm.